welcome. I'm Jade of Jaded Reader, and today I'm doing my Witchathon Tbr. This Witchathon is celebrating Samhain, also pronounced Samhain or Samhain. I think it's more traditionally pronounced Samhain, so if you're a stickler for the rules, that I believe is the original pronunciation. Witchathon is hosted by Rhiannon at Crescent Moon Reads. Rhiannon has been hosting these Witchathons for over a year now, and he does an absolutely amazing job of making everyone feel inclusive. So even if you are not a witch, it is not a prerequisite, it's not required. You can go ahead and do this just for fun. The Halloween spirit, whatever you're jiving with, this readathon can be for you. Getting into the prompts, there is a total of 7 challenges. The first challenge is Samhain is a time for honoring our ancestors, so once again, pick a book that features your heritage. Last time I had a lot of trouble deciding on what to put for this because this has been a prompt in the past. However, after just journeying to Salem and being with my mom, it ended up being quite the pilgrimage as far as seeing some really important stuff having to do with witchcraft. And I wanted to read A Secret History of Witches by Louisa Morgan. As I've mentioned before in the past, I do not start and finish these by the beginning and end of Witchathon. Instead, I have been reading these books throughout the month, and I plan on trying to finish them for Witchathon. So as far as The Secret History of Witches is concerned, I am at 20% and really excited to continue. A Secret History of Witches follows a family of witches starting in Cornwall and following this family through its generations of witchcraft, their individual journeys through it. It goes into some of the prejudice and terrible treatment witches suffered, and as my mom was the one reading this book and brought it to my attention, I don't currently have it in physical copy as I did start her book, but I will be continuing this on audiobook, and I'm expecting it to be just as whimsical as it started. The second prompt is one I'm really excited for because I'm really enjoying this read, and that one is This Sabbath is a time when the veil is thinnest. Pick a book that features communing with the dead, ghosts, mediums, or necromancy. I am 62% of the way through this prompt and this book. This is The Diviners by Libba Bray. It follows our main character Evie, who is a diviner. Diviners are ones who have some sort of psychic power or capabilities, and Evie is in 1920s New York solving a case after a murderer was brought back from the dead and has been collecting bodies in some sort of creepy sacrificial thing. Honestly, all the 1920s verbiage that is strewn through this has been making my evenings. The third prompt is We are heading into the darkest part of the year. Pick a book that promises to be dark and twisted. I have 2 volumes of Death Note I'd love to complete. If I only get through volume 3, that's totally fine, but I do have volume 4 in case I just keep going, and I'd like to challenge myself to do so since these are fairly short. I've talked about Death Note quite a few times on my channel. To sum it up, you have Light Yagami who finds a Death Note, and if you write a name in this Death Note, the person's name you have written will die. The Death Note is owned by the Shinigami or Death God Ryuk. He is featured on the front cover here. He is my absolute favorite character, and I'm really just enjoying these books. It's really clever and well written. It has suspense, and it's definitely dark and twisted. So I am going to continue these on for this readathon, and I'm very excited to do so. The fourth prompt is Witches often make offerings to spirit guides or gods. Pick a book that involves a pantheon of deities. Now, I can use Death Note for this. However, I'm trying to fit in Serpent and Dove because I am doing the Royally Booked Club. The Royally Book Club is hosted by my bestie Rachael Marie at Rachael Marie's Book Journey, and I will have her linked up above and down below if you'd like to check out her channel. It's absolutely fantastic. It will give you all the warm and happy vibes you need. She is a dose of self-care. This book covers topics with witchcraft in a witch fleeing their coven, trying to live in hiding, and a witch hunter from the church trying to find them. Witch hunters are not a fictional thing, though this fantasy, I hope, tackles them properly. This is by Shelby Murin, and it has caused quite the buzz on BookTube right now. I will link Jessie from Bowties and Books' review of Serpent and Dove, as there has been quite a bit of controversy around it, and Jessie always knows how to speak quite well on subjects that they are passionate about. I've also been told by Madison Mary at Princess of Paperback that it does indeed have deities, gods of some sort, so I'm going to try and shoehorn this in because I have to get this book done because we have a live show in mid-November. Right now I'm at exactly 0%, so this will become a bit of a priority, and I am ready to make my own opinions and then report back on my own findings. The 5th challenge is dancing around the bonfire is a Samhain tradition. Pick a book that has fire on the cover. I was so excited to find that Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman has a fire on the cover because I had every intention of reading this whether it had fire on the cover or not. I'm 10% of the way through. I absolutely love Scythe. Thunderhead is the sequel to Scythe. In Scythe, you have 2 main characters, Rowan and Citra, who are picked to be part of the Scythedom. The Scythedom is this utopia or dystopia's last cling to humanity, as the only way you can die in this world is if a scythe kills you. Otherwise, death has been completely avoided for this future world, and I can't tell you much more except for that you really want to read this series. If you haven't, I know I'm late to the party, but if you missed the party, join the party. The 6th prompt is one that's super fun, and Rhiannon always makes sure that he puts these types of prompts in where they aren't necessarily reading prompts, but some other challenge in order to help you celebrate the Sabbath or just celebrating the season in general. And this one is many celebrate the Sabbath as Halloween and dress up. Post a picture of your costume and tag the readathon. I most certainly will be doing that. I'm not dressed up now. This is not me in costume. This is me being me. So this is not going to count, but I'm trying to dress up as a koi fish this year. So I will definitely be inserting a picture if I get that to work. Right now, it's just a vision I have in my head, and we'll see what it turns into. And then the final prompt is to read Gideon the Ninth. That is the group book. I unfortunately don't own Gideon the Ninth. I might pick it up on audiobook, but since all of these books are really high on my priority list, it really just depends. Because I'm so close to finishing Diviners, it might open up a spot. I always try and do the group book because Rhiannon is known for picking really awesome group books and always has really thought-compelling live shows. So I will, of course, try to pick up Gideon the Ninth. It's a highly anticipated read. A lot of people are talking about it, and if you don't know anything about Gideon the Ninth, I have been told that it is lesbian necromancers in space, which sounds like a good time, and this cover is absolutely gorgeous. The sequel cover has already come out, and it all looks awesome. So if I can get to it, I definitely will. If not, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Gideon the Ninth on my November TBR, because I get some major FOMO for books like this, and if Rhiannon loves it, then I'm intrigued. All right, that is that. That is my entire Witchathon TBR. For those who don't know, Witchathon begins on the 21st and ends on the 31st. The 31st being both Samhain and Halloween. So I hope you enjoy whichever you are celebrating, and I hope you're enjoying the sun or more stars wherever you are. Until next time, bye! Doing my Witchathon TBR. How does it only have 1%? I must stop. I will link is if a scythe. Madison, leave me be. And I hope you like the sun. Oh no, seriously? I hope you, the sun or more stars. What do I want you to do with the sun and stars? And I hope you enjoy the sun or more stars. Got it. And I hope you enjoy the sun. Is it enjoy? I hope you enjoy the sun or more stars wherever you are. I literally forgot my catchphrase. That's what I get for taking 2 weeks off. I have to look up what I say.